And what up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the Rideshare Garage live, but it's more like the Rideshare parking spot. For right now, I'm on my own. Guys will be coming in as they become available. I believe. I know some guys are out working, doing their thing. Anyway, want to say hello to everybody. Welcome back to the Rideshare Garage. I don't know how long this show will go tonight. But it's going to be you, me, in the chat. That's what it's going to be tonight for now. I know Steven's on his way. I believe Pascal's going to show up, but he's got a game. Not certain what's going on with the rest of the crew. They are somewhere around out there. Everybody's out there trying to make some money. Mr. DSN, what up? How are you today? Silver Fox is in the house. What's going on, buddy? I wanted to give a few minutes. Let's get some people in here. We're going to talk about the drive whip situation. We had a development today. It was a positive development, as far as I know. So we'll wait a few minutes. We'll try to get people in here for that in the chat. Other than that, where's everybody from tonight? Looks like right now I've got just Denver and California. Ooh, I just did dead air, didn't I? Ha! The other news we got tonight too is apparently InDrive is leaving Miami. Pascal sent me a push notification he got yesterday. I hope this isn't fake news, but InDrive has stated they are leaving Miami, the Miami market, because of insurance costs, saying that insurance is too expensive. Let's see if I can find something on the on the web about InDrive. I know he went ahead and pulled up a ride earlier, and it was still looking for a ride. So I'm not sure if or when they are leaving, but they are definitely on their way out the door. It's tough, man. It's tough to make it in this market down here. It's tough to make it in any market, but it's seriously tough to make it in the Miami market. Because it's such a big market and you're dealing with 3 different counties and there's a lot going on there to try to maintain. And when you start getting into insurances and things of that nature, I mean, insurance can get expensive. We talked about it in a video last week and we talked about it on the live last week where they were talking, they want drivers to have their own commercial insurance, right? So they're introducing Uber Black into a very small section of Dade County, Miami-Dade County. But we know they're going to try to expand on that. My man, Steven, thank you, bro. You bailed me out, dude. I thought I was going to do the show by myself. It was going to be like a 15-minute show, and I was out.
See you. Bye. Got a black ride.
I was going to start. Well, hey, man, I ain't mad at you. Everybody's out there trying to get the money right now,
Yeah, it's tough. Especially with these new rates Uber's been dropping. It's insane.
Oh, man, we can get into that for sure. We can get into that for sure. San Francisco drivers in the house, 24% rider fare in California is insurance. I don't doubt it. Like, now listen, Steven, we're good for this, right? We make a big deal, and I can't believe I'm going to say these words. Lord have mercy. Hold on a minute. Let me get prepared for this.
Yeah.
I can somewhat breathe. I'm not completely clogged up. So, but if I do get clogged up, look, I got the shit paper right here to take care of that. Anyway, I did just say that, didn't I? Listen, hey, man, I was born in the ghetto, bro. I was born in the hood. What the hell? We didn't have no fancy Kleenex.
Yeah, Kleenex and whatnot. Oh, it's got lotion.
Hell no. It was sandpaper called toilet paper, and that's just what it was. Government toilet paper. You damn right. 29 cents a roll. Shit. That's why we're hard asses. You know that, right? That's why we got tough asses. Oh my god, what the hell were we talking about? Oh, the insurance rates. When we look at insurance rates, right, and what Uber and Lyft take for insurance, bro, it might not be that illegitimate. If InDrive is going to pull out of the Miami market, somebody's saying InDrive is pulling out of the United States. I can believe that too. I can believe that because insurance in Florida, in California, in New York, in Massachusetts. All the major cities' insurance is through the roof.
Yeah.
I know people that can't afford to put homeowners insurance on their homes anymore. It's just getting so
a lot of the changes are making it where you can't even seriously consider it. Maybe you were considering, trying to get this home or trying to get this condo, this whatever. And it's like now that extra bit of money is making all the difference. It was already going to be a struggle to begin with, and now it's moving it into the impossible realm.
Oh, well, and you know what? And I know I read something on X a little earlier, but it's true. It's going to get a little worse before it gets a little better. It's just the way it's going to have to be. And you know what? In 4 years, if it goes the other direction, it'll be the same thing again. I mean, it's just a repeat. It's a wash, rinse, repeat. Anyway, so if InDrive is bailing on the insurance, we know Uber started out there with you guys, right? Voluntarily trying to find out who would rather carry their own. How much would it cost you? How much would you be willing? No, that's still not the right way to ask the question. Steven, would you be willing to carry your own commercial insurance if they guaranteed you that $1 more a mile for, say, 1 year?
Only for 1 year?
Well, we got to start baby steps. There's a reason why I'm asking this.
My issue with it is I haven't done the math on it yet. So I haven't done the math to determine. Normally, I'm probably driving like 200 miles, a day, 200 to 300 miles a day. So
okay.
So crack out the math on that and however much that's going to add up to in a month. But yeah, I mean, if the numbers were right, I would do it, and especially since I'm already paying $700 plus in insurance anyway.
Well, I don't know what your commercial insurance out there would be. I know here you're roughly looking at $11,000 a year. So you're looking at about $900 a month extra on top of your regular car insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, when you go and you get commercial insurance, you have to be a legitimate business. Now you're a legitimate business along with all those taxes and fees and licenses, and then the port fee. I mean, it truly opens up a can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
It really does, because your commercial insurance alone, you're not going to get commercial insurance without being in business. Mm-hmm. And you guys out there, you guys got certain stipulations to be a driving business, right? Like you have to own your car or
right. Yeah, you have to own your car. I mean, because it's not really that you need to own your car as much as you need to get commercial. You have to be able to change the registration commercial, which changes your title commercial. And Mr. DSN, I pay $700 or $750 a month. Yes. And the original policy was like $300 or $350, and then as soon as I added the rideshare endorsement, it doubled the policy.
That's right. You have the rideshare endorsement. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So So I mean, that's that. So I'm already, I'm much closer than most people. So taking on the rideshare insurance and then getting paid back on it. Especially since I tend to take long rides anyway. That's my focal point. That's how I stay as consistent as possible with my earnings,
Right.
So it almost, to a certain sense, seems like a no-brainer. But the issue with driving a car that has to be registered for the TCP and everything, you have to have your vehicle commercially registered, and a lot of vendors won't let you do it unless you're doing a business loan. It's just
and that's the whole thing, right? The whole thing there is, once you go down that route, that rabbit hole is deep and long.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tunnel,
committed.
Man. 100%.
Because the commercial wants you to pay for the year, right? They want you to, so you're basically taking a loan out for the commercial insurance.
Well, basically, yeah, you're doing like most people do. They pay their insurance monthly. I want to shout out Cray Nay from Gig Wars Official. What's going on, Cray? What's popping? I'm gonna get up there. To your part of the town real soon. Next couple of months, I'm gonna get up there We're gonna go do a delivery together. I'm gonna let Cray Cray teach me how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we came close. It was a conversation today. We're gonna get into that in a minute with Drive Whip. We ain't got there yet. Y'all hang out for Drive Whip because I got some news on that. So yeah, with insurance rates, if that's the reason InDrive is pulling out, then I got to start to wonder. Well, how much is Freebie? You've heard of Freebie, right? Freebie. You've never seen these Freebie cars? So the Freebie cars, what they do is they go into cities, little cities, and they drive Tesla Model Ys. And here they offer. No, Freebie is the movie. I need Freebie. There it is. I get the images. So what they do is, here we go. I'm gonna bring it up and show you right now. They go into little townships and they cut a deal with the city. These are freebies. They cut a deal with the cities, and there's an app, and then they give rides to the local people. From what I understand, it's free of charge because the city pays for it. Whoever has that contract. But how are they conducting their insurance? Well, their insurance is through the city, I guess. So yeah, it's free on demand, 100% electric transportation. It's like, and they're all over down here, dude. They are everywhere down here right now. Everywhere. So, it's one of those deals. It's like, well, how much of these companies, how can they still operate with the cost of insurance?
But I mean, what about, are they getting pumped subsidies?
Are they getting what? Oh, I don't know. They're getting paid by the city. I know that because they ain't doing it for free. They might give the rides for free, but they ain't doing this shit for free. And let me tell you, I've seen there's this one chick, man. I see her every day when I take the Queen to where I got to take her. Right? I see this every day. And let me tell you, this is how she rides, bro. She got one hand on the wheel. I'll start taking video of her ass. And she got her phone in her hand like a pizza. She's on that damn phone every time I see her. Every time I see her, she's on that phone. And it's like clockwork. It's like I know her schedule as good as I know my schedule when I go to that part of town. It's insanity. Insanity. So, yeah. So if that's the deal, that's one less rideshare app we got to worry about in South Florida.
But it's also it's even a stronger monopoly, too. Or duopoly. What car would we buy that Uber hasn't screwed us? Antonio, we went into that earlier today. What car can we buy that Uber haven't screwed us? Going to be the same with insurance. Yeah. And actually Vinny was talking about that. What he thinks the timeline's gonna be for how they're gonna screw over drivers that decide to go with this commercial route. Whether black or not.
Well, let's get the Drive Whip news out of the way. If you are a Drive Whip driver, you should have received some of y'all should have received. I don't know how many. I'm assuming everybody got it. I know.
Wait, we got to do diamond transition.
Diamond transition. All right, Mario, shout out Mario. You should have. Well, I got a text message from.
We need a breaking news thing. We need an alert. Yeah. Really? Now we're doing that? Well, you made the one thing for advertising channels. We need to have that.
Oh my god!
Breaking news.
Okay, well, you know what? That's the best you got right there, bro.
All right,
just loaded up.
That works.
That was just loaded up.
Yeah. That works. I'm not mad at it.
So I got a text message from Drive Whip today. I did invite them back on the show again today. They told me, you saw the text message, Steven. I sent it to you, right? Because if y'all don't know, Steven is the producer of the Rideshare Garage. He is also the executive producer of Coffee with Cuz. And soon to be, at some point when I can nail his ass down, the crypto garage is coming, or whatever we're going to call it, right?
Hey,
Probably be the crypto garage.
we got
We're going
news.
to call it the crypto garage. That's awesome.
Yeah, that works. That works.
So they sent me the document I needed for Uber, and it was an insurance card, is what I needed for Uber. And so I uploaded it, and within an hour, Uber accepted it.
And this is different from the last time you had to upload the information.
Well, see, that's where the shit got a little funny, honey. You know, the when I first got the car, they gave me, they sent me a copy of the insurance and the registration, and I even redid the registration when I had the car, right? And to their credit, they gave me a 2-year registration on the car, so it's good until next year, right? To February.
I didn't even know you could do that.
2026. Oh yeah, you can do it here in Florida all day. You can do.
Oh, see, I don't know. Yeah, maybe California. I don't know. They never off. I mean,
well, you got to realize all the drive whip cars are Maryland tags.
Okay.
There are no drive whip cars with any other state tag on it that I'm aware of than Maryland. So if it's a Maryland tag in your neighborhood, it is probably a drive whip car. Anyway, so so I uploaded the insurance. So they gave me an insurance document then, but then the last time they took over, they had to upload the document. I don't know what the issue was. Whatever, I changed my password. Done, right? Didn't have any problems. Then all of a sudden, we got the email 2 weeks ago that said that the documentation did not meet the state of Maryland regulatory requirements. Remember, now think about what I just said, because we had a whole lot of discussion earlier on the radio. Okay, and I know I've talked to so many people. I didn't even know that many people knew me from Drive Whip alone. Forget Uber and Rideshare Garage. They knew me through the Drive Whip deal, right? And so, and somehow they found me, whether it was on Twitter, whether it was on Instagram, whether it was through you, whatever. Okay. The deal is simply the document.
Makes you realize how far your actual reach is, huh?
Hey, bro. I am thankful. Let's put it that way. I am thankful. I didn't think. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm always going to tell you what I think.
Yeah.
I ain't ever going to swear.
That's always what I said was best for your stuff.
And I ain't ever going to say I'm always right, because I know I'm not always right.
Right.
But damn it, if I feel it, then I'm not going to hold back. Well, every now and then I hold back. Every now and then. Petty shit I'll hold back on. Until it's time to go Trump mode, and then it's petty city, but whatever. The point being is I uploaded the document. I compared it to the original document I got 2 years ago, compared it, looked it up and down. Everything is legit. Uber accepted it. Okay. So if Uber accepted the document, I have to assume that we're good to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would have to assume. Now, listen, if y'all in South Florida, they got over 300 cars down here. And it's not just EVs. They got regular cars too. If you're in Orlando, I don't know. I don't know these folks. I've never met anybody from Drive Whip. I can only go by the experiences that I've had, which have been 98% fantastic. Right? Steven, if I'm wrong, let me know. Right?
No.
So, 98% has been phenomenal with Drive Whip. I still don't have a problem with Drive Whip. I know a lot of people do, because they say, oh, you're paying too much. You're doing this. You're doing that.
I'll say there's a few things that I question about them.
Okay.
So,
like we can have that conversation tonight. We can have that conversation. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Listen, we're here for the drivers. You and I can sit here and chop it up all day long. We ain't got to be live online on YouTube for that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because we chop it up anyway. Then we can bring Rich. By the way, I sent Richie Hustles a link tonight. I'd love to get him on. He talk about that Dodge. Talk about that goddamn Dodge.
What?
And he can break my balls over the
I thought he had a Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth Rock. So anyway, the bottom line short, what I'm thinking is that if that's all the issue was, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
Then it shouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to find out on the 23rd. Because if we wake up on the 23rd and shit ain't right.
I mean, I'm hoping that giving you the new documents means that exactly what it seems like they've resolved the issue, but it's hard to say when they didn't give you a copy or a picture of the previous document that they uploaded to see what changes or differences that they made in order to qualify for the Maryland requirements, whatever those were. That and did it just change out from underneath Drive Whip, or was it something that they always, for whatever reason, was always an issue that finally was being addressed? I can't say, because I mean, how do you say anything when you haven't seen anything? And that's one of those things where I question, like, okay, it seems like a space of missing transparency, I guess. That's what bothers me on that side. Here we go.
And
Richie,
that's fair.
Did you ask them if you are okay after you got the documents, or you are just taking it as I'm assuming he means as it is?
So right. So the question there would be, who am I going to ask?
Well, so the person that
if Uber accepted the document already and it's loaded and I can turn on my app, I have to assume that is good. See, because the effective date is the effective insurance date is today.
So the fact that they made the whole big announcement in the first place, that's where the problem comes in, because you'd be like, okay, can you make some sort of announcement letting us know that that the issue has been rectified? These are the steps that you need to take, or these are the steps being taken. Some kind of framework that clearly lets people know, hey, this issue's been resolved. We're accepting your documents. We're something.
Well, I mean, I have to think. See, because now Richie's talking about assume. You know what assume means? Yeah, I know. Right? It's the assumption is the mother of all fuck ups, and it makes an ass out of you and me. I get all that. But if there was, see, this is why I said
there's Richie.
This is why I said 2 weeks ago, right? This is why I said 2 weeks ago, if it were that serious,
right,
they'd have shut all those Drive Whip cars right down.
Hey, you called it.
Right? And I said, okay, and I read specifically what the email said. I was very specific in what I said, that the documentation did not meet the Maryland regulators' requirements as a document.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the last 2 weeks, we've had nothing but speculation and yada, yada. And I'm with you. I get it. I was right there with you. We're already making moves, and those moves aren't going to change.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that now my timeline, now I can take my timeline back to what I originally had. Right. I don't have to sweat it out for next week. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at that point, what do? Let's see. They would probably accept it anyways up to the 24th because they said you can drive. Well, that's what we're saying. All we can do at this point is take the document, load it up, and on the 23rd or the 24th, when we go to open that app, and everybody's probably going to open that app, they're going to be pick. And if that shit goes, then you know it's a problem. But if it goes online and you go to work, then you know the problem's resolved. Because, like I said to somebody earlier, I was talking to Pascal earlier on the phone. Like, Uber's a global company, dude. They're not some local fucking office. Oh, sorry for the language. They're not so. Did I just say that on my channel?
Local office?
I just apologize. No.
Oh, sorry.
I apologize for the language. What the flip? Anyway, they're not some local office. It's not like you're going to go to 7-Eleven and buy a scratch off. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of business. They're a global business. But I agree that when they sent out the original, hey, we're letting you know there's a problem. And we will shut you down. We're going to shut you down. And so here we are. That's where it is. That's what it is. After that, And like I said, they said they would be willing to come on the podcast as soon as everything kind of settles. So there you go. We're at some point we'll get Drive Whip on the podcast. We'll get a rep from Drive Whip here with us.
And
So that's everything I know.
Yeah. Mr. 2K a week, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So
you decided to join? Oh, you decided to join us. We ain't seen you in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Finally got a link.
What the hell? Whoa. You had a link. You haven't been on the radio. You haven't been anywhere. And
I've been on the
now
radio.
you're here. No, you haven't. We're on the radio every day, bro.
Oh, now
Every
you're
day.
on every day?
I'm on when I need to be on. Yeah, I'm on when I need to be on.
Okay, so
Every
when I've
day.
been on, nobody has been on.
Remember to leave.
Oh, okay.
Adjust your active hours.
And you didn't send me a link last week, so I didn't show up. Because you didn't
Nope,
send
I didn't send you a link because I ain't heard from you in 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, I mean, my phone is still the same. Ain't that what you tell me every time you disappear?
And so is mine.
Okay. You never reached out to me.
I don't have to reach out to you. You're not my responsibility.
Okay. So when you send a link, I'm here. Right?
Okay, well, I didn't send you a link tonight.
Exactly.
So how'd you get the link tonight?
I sent out the links to everybody.
There you go.
Tonight? Okay, because I sent out the links and I didn't send Nick a link because I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why did you ask me where was I when you didn't send me a link?
Because we haven't heard from you in 3 weeks on the radio. That's why.
Okay, again,
Ain't nobody heard from you, bro. Who's heard from you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. Who's heard from you? Nobody's heard from you.
You want to know who's heard from me?
Yeah, who?
Richie, Uncle Richie, because he still texts me. He's actually called me, and I've
Yeah, well, Richie's a good guy. Yeah, that's what
Yes.
Richie does. Richie checks on people.
We've had a real good conversation. You know, listen.
Well, I'm happy for you and Richie.
All right. Well, I'm happy for him.
Buddha, probably.
There you go.
What do you mean,
heard from me.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
I was saying Buddha's heard from me.
I ain't heard from Buddha in 3 weeks either. I guess y'all in your own little world over there. Do y'all thing, baby. Do your thing.
Man. Well, they did a
wait. Because I didn't send Buddha a link either.
Okay. That's between you and Buddha.
See, I just don't want you to feel special.
Well, I mean, this is how we doing. I gotta wait for you guys to send me a link. So if you don't see me, you didn't send me the link. This is.
Oh, okay.
That's a very straightforward answer.
Disappeared for 3 weeks, didn't show up like nobody, like somebody did something wrong to you. That's the answer.
But I didn't disappear. I've been on the radio.
Okay, all right.
We just
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No. Let it go. No. I'm not gonna do it. All right, we good. Did you get your email today, there, Nick? Did you get your email from Drive Whip?
Did you get one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've already uploaded. That's what
Well,
we were
that's
just
all
talking
that
about.
matters.
Righty.
Okay,
Alrighty. Disturbance of the force.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what's it called? So apparently they had their own gig war, and Buddha was caught lacking. So maybe that's why he doesn't want to show his face. Buddha definitely got caught lacking. So apparently, what do you got to say for yourself, Mr. 2K a week?
I went to work. I made 2K, and listen, it was fun.
What did he manage? How much did he pull?
I don't know.
Did he not upload this stuff to the war?
No.
Wonderful. So he's not only was he slacking on the streets, he was slacking on the actual challenge.
Like I said, last time I remember, he said he was at 1,700, but that was like Wednesday or
Wait,
Thursday.
was it an official war, or you guys just challenged each other?
It was supposed to be an official war.
Mm. See, this
Yeah,
is why I
man.
like Red's thing about regularly uploading, because it's like Jesus.
Yeah.
But of course, he's not here to defend himself, so we should beat on him as much as possible.
Exactly, right?
He set himself up for
Damn.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made a whole
that's what
video.
people are good for that. They good for that kind of shit.
What's it called? So, well, I mean, we were just talking in Discord, so it's like, what's going on, Silver? Is he still there? Anyway, I'm not sure what topic we're going to switch to after that one. I mean, that was
Richie
the big
also
one.
says if you don't have an email from Uber stating that you are all good to go, then I would probably assume that you are still going to be canceled on the 24th. I mean, it could be. You never know.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing, bro. You don't know what you don't know until it happens. Oh man, I just got a killer picture of my grandson. He's playing Xbox. He's playing Xbox. Straight up.
Series?
My grandson. Yeah, look at him. He's playing his little Xbox. Bro, I got to keep that one. That one's tight. That boy need to work on it. He needs a leg day though. He needs leg day.
I'm just gonna borrow his controller real quick. And how come he already has a better headset than mine?
Oh, because my son don't play. He works his ass off. My son and my daughter-in-law, they work their ass off. And they're doing really well in life. But all my kids do good. So
that's great.
Little itty bitty.
That's a reward in life in itself.
At the end of the day, that's what counts, bro. It's not what's plan B for Whip. If these guys asked me this earlier today, I have no idea. I mean, we're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's plan B? If there's no Whip, then I'll probably it wouldn't be there would be no Whip if there's no Uber. You got to say it correct, right? If there's no Uber,
right,
then then I'm gonna have to talk to Whip Direct, and we're gonna have to try to figure something out. Maybe work out some kind of a plan, or because there's no way I would be able to cover that nut strictly off a Lyft. There's no way.
And that was a big part.
So bad, bro. Lyft pays so bad.
That was a big part of our conversation.
I will never be a slave to this shit, huh?
So that was a big part of the conversation earlier today. Because
exactly.
It's interesting. Like, I understand where you're coming from in your market, especially you have access to Premiere, and I don't know what you mean. We weren't going to talk about. You're gonna have to explain that one. Sorry, Richie Senior's in my ear.
Yeah, I just shut my radio off. We're live.
I don't know what he means. But
I didn't hear him, so it doesn't matter.
But you've got this, so you're not. And for me, I'm mostly using Lyft. Lyft is where most of my money comes from. On a rare occasion, Uber actually has the rides that I need in order to earn the money that I need to earn. And I have to drive to different areas in order to get the rates that's actually worth accepting. I on the Discord group, when we talk in the chats and whatnot, somebody, they had asked me, like, what would be the bottom of the barrel price that I would accept? And I'm like, well, if I'm making less than $25 an hour, then I'm pretty much done. It's like, I can't keep driving, so I just can't do it. And I'm like, so I see these $16, $15 offers, $13 offers and whatnot. It's like, I can't keep playing that game. So so Lyft, for me, even when I was off the Uber platform, Lyft was giving me the rides at the rates that I needed. And then when I got Uber back, it was like Uber was useless because the rates were so terrible, and I don't have Premiere, right? So it would kind of have to, would getting that mileage stipend be worth it? I don't know. We're talking about, you said the policy over by you would be about like $1,100 a month.
Well, that's what it used to be, but that was several years ago, and that was on the Caddy.
Right. Right.
That was on the truck.
So,
that's not on a Tesla. I don't know what it is on a Tesla. Especially,
would it be less or more? I'm wondering that, like,
Well,
if I'm
commercial
comparing,
insurance is going to be about the same. It's going to be about the same.
because I'm
It goes
wondering.
by mileage
Uh-huh.
and area that you plan to work.
Yeah, so I mean, if I was to compare, and I know I technically I drive in a different area than Scott, but I'm wondering, what his kind of numbers were, and would my Tesla be more expensive than his truck? Because you said mileage and what?
Well, it's
Wait,
usually based on where you're working and how you're
where?
working. Depends on
Yeah.
the type of work you're
So technically, I'm out of
performing,
LA.
and then
Yeah.
whatever your caps are.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have minimums. Like it was like what was it? Richie didn't understand yesterday that when you lease a vehicle, you pay more insurance
Right.
than when you just finance a vehicle, buy to own.
Mm-hmm.
Leasing costs you more money because you have
They
to
want
have
the car in good condition when they want to sell it. Yeah.
and commercial insurance is the highest insurance you're going to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else on a vehicle, passenger vehicle. Let me clarify, because
Right.
I know somebody will come up with something stupid.
Right.
Obviously, a semi truck costs you more than a goddamn Tesla. But anyway, it just depends. But it depends
it's an
on
interesting
what you're
position
using
to
it
be. It's an interesting position to be in, because depending on where you are utilizing drive whip, it might still be advantageous or it might not. In my market, it would be more advantageous to me to continue to utilize utilize Lyft, where I don't have Premiere and I don't have, I don't have a lot of the stuff that would benefit,
Well, the other
me to have
part you got to
Uber.
think about now, the other part you got to start thinking about now too is, and we talked about this on the radio today because we
Mhm.
were on the radio today.
Right.
You got to start thinking about the political climate when it comes to Teslas in general. Right? People in Teslas are starting to get attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I hope nobody tries to dumb shit. I really do. We live in Florida, bro. I'm just saying. Don't come with that dumb shit. But I'm sure you can see how people are starting to drive and they want to test you a little bit. And, you got to be aware.
It's just more so than it used to be, because they used to already do that. But now that they got a chip on their shoulder, they got a bug.
That's because, you kept messing with them semi truck drivers. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, I thought that thing was going to squash my car, man.
It would squash your car. Your car got no shot against that rig.
Oh, exactly. But I mean, he always just came this close, like where the mirror almost is touching the car. Like he just came so close, but wouldn't go all the way over. Like he wanted to make it my fault, and I just kept going straight.
It is what it is, brother. All right. So Antonio says he made 12 an hour. 12 an hour I got today. That's not good. That can't be good.
Dang. Wait, what markets is Antonio?
Antonio, what market are you in again? I thought he was down here.
Mm.
Is he down here or is he in Atlanta? I can't remember if he was here or in Atlanta.
I mean, for the past 2 weeks, even this week alone, I've been making my making 200 a day. My minimum was supposed to be 100, but I've been making my 200. I'm out almost all night, but I'm making the money I need for the goals that I'm working on. So,
right.
And originally, the plan was to be aggressive on the car, but right now, with all the chaos going on in the markets and the good news from Ripple, it's like it's hard not to.
Incoming. And let me tell you something. Today's Fed Chairman Powell, today's Fed talk didn't hurt you. It didn't hurt it. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase. Didn't hurt us. Didn't hurt us. And you know that so Antonio's down here from South Florida. I guess I couldn't remember if he was from down here or if he was from Atlanta. Dude Gigger says in my market, Uber is rate card and doesn't pay for stage 2. Lyft is more transparent and pays better. So
that's why this funny thing. That's what I feel about Lyft. I feel like the rides are much more transparent, and not only that, I wish there was a toggle. I wish there was a toggle so that you could see both the rate without the. You could see the rate without the drive to time, but Lyft actually includes that in the calculation, which I respect them for doing.
Right.
because I want to know how much I'm making for all the time I'm gonna be on the ride. Now, one thing is their calculation still isn't always up to snuff, but then again, now they're paying you for rides that go 5 minutes plus over the time, which has been I mean, for as bad as certain aspects of the app has been, this has been extremely useful to me.
But see, that's what always gets me with Lyft, right? Lyft does enough right, but when they do wrong,
it's really wrong.
I mean, it's a baseball bat to the back of the head.
Right.
You know, it's pure sex with no Vaseline all the time. Just for as much as they do right, they do a crap ton wrong. You know, it just makes me wonder.
Yeah,
just makes me wonder.
And then when you see stuff automatically changing to being exactly like Uber's,
right? So it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
insurance is going to be a problem at some point. Right. And we were talking about how long will the cars last? So how long will a Model Y in our market down here last on Premier? We already know
just took us off black.
We already know the death date for the Model 3. We already know that date, right? What is that? January next year, right? Come January next year, the Model 3 is out of there on Premier. Hopefully they don't take away comfort. Not that comfort is some winner, but God dang. Because the more that they can reduce certain cars off of platforms, the more they can reduce the rates they're paying out. The more they can reduce the rates, because now, so say you got all these cars on Premier. You take half those cars away. Now, comfort rates can go down because you got more cars there. X rates will go down because you got more supply and demand. It's simple business. So that's what's going to happen there. It'll be interesting. So how long does the Model Y last? Well, like we talked about earlier.
Who thought that this was going to happen in the first place? I mean, I don't know. Did you think they were going to make that move to take it out of black?
I originally said the Model 3 should have never been on Premier. I am on record for saying that from the very first day. The Model 3 is not a Premier vehicle. If the BMW 3 Series does not qualify as a Premier, the Model 3 should have never been on Premier. I had the Model 3 for a week, twice for 1 week, right? I had it twice for 1 week. I did maybe I did maybe 2 or 3 Premier rides with it. And I'm going to tell you what, bro. Like, I can't lie. When that guy got in the back, right? He wasn't even a big dude. But I'm like, this dude's right on top of me. And remember now, and I admit, I was coming out of I still had my CTS, which obviously is a much longer vehicle. I still had my SUV, which is a much bigger vehicle. But still, that shit is tight. That shit is tight in that car to be a Premier vehicles should have as much room as a comfort ride has. When they go to measure, what do? They measure the leg space, right? In the back seat, right? A good driver, I don't know how many drivers out there do this. If you don't do this, you might want to consider it. Take your passenger seat and move it up a little bit. Give a person getting in that side so give them a little more leg room. If you don't do that already, most drivers do that. I'm just saying, if you don't, there's a little tidbit. Hopefully, it'll get you a few more tips on the app. So for me, the 3, I always felt a little self-conscious about it. But you know what? I've never felt self-conscious about doing a Premier ride in the Model Y. Conversely, I've been self-conscious about doing
my wife. Black. The boss is calling. Hold on.
Oh shit, he's on the phone. Oh, so there ain't gonna be no sneaky kisses and no hamburgers tonight, huh? Mofo, is Chef Boyardee for you. Yeah, you can hear me. You hear me talking about Chef Boyardee. You know you're gonna have ravioli and spaghetti. God damn it.
Hold on, I'm putting in my order from Chipotle apparently.
You so full of shit. Yeah, coming out of that dumpster. That's where that shit's coming out of.
Hey, when you let your wife go get her nails done. Oh, wait, now I'm a Negro. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean you let your wife go get her nails done?
Hey, I let her go get her nails done.
You let her go get her nails done?
I did let her go.
I'm so glad mine can't hear this shit, bro.
Oh, she can hear me right now.
I know yours can, mine can't, thank God, because I don't let my wife do anything. She does what she wants to do. That's a grown ass woman back there, man. Okay. And she knows where the two bats are, and she knows how to handle. Okay. I'm just saying. Y'all are a trip with that shit. No, no, no. Don't ever say you're gonna let a woman do something. But I've felt self-conscious picking up rides in the Model Y for Lyft Black. Because to me, it's an ego thing. Lyft Black doesn't pay any better than Premier, at least not that much better than Premier. So I don't know. You got any problems with well, no, you probably not. How do you feel about doing Premier in the Model 3?
Good time, as long as I have it. A lot of people love getting in the car. They love the experience, the Tesla. Yeah, it's good for me.
So you feel like it should be on the Premier platform then?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like it's not that big of a difference. I've been on record actually showing you guys the statistics in terms of the Model Y and the Model 3. They're basically the same car. One is just taller.
Yeah, I've never seen that. And the
We
Model
have.
3 doesn't have Model 3 doesn't have as much luggage space and room as the Model Y.
Yeah, we've talked about this. It's the same platform. It's literally the same exact platform. We've had this conversation. Me, you, and Richie. Me, Richie,
It wasn't
me
me.
and Richie.
I promise you, it wasn't me.
Okay,
Wasn't me because I would not have been able. There's no way. I've driven both cars. I've had both cars. The Model 3
but
is so much lower and
you're
so much
coming
tighter.
from. But again, remember what you just said. You're coming from an SUV, so you don't have an
Okay,
understanding of a
hold on,
regular
pause.
car.
Pause. How can you say that, bro? I had the Model 3 twice. What are you talking about?
But you're coming from an SUV. Your comfort is a SUV. You're
I'm
used
not
to a SUV.
comparing apples and oranges. I'm comparing the Model 3 and the Model Y. That's what we're talking about, right?
Okay. So
Look,
I've
this ain't gonna
gone.
work, bro. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I'll wait for Steven to get back.
This ain't gonna work. What's not gonna work?
All righty. Love you too. Bye.
Did you
Bye.
order my Chipotle too?
I was supposed to ship it over to you fast enough.
What about Nick? Did you order
Okay.
Nick's Chipotle too?
Hey, look, how am I supposed to ship it over to you guys? Look,
I didn't ask for that.
you're gonna have to pick it up at your local Chipotle.
And what I meant by it's not going to work is when if I'm trying to engage with you in a conversation and you looking me off and just like blowing me off there, it don't work. The conversation can't be had. That's all I'm saying. So
So
I'm cool with it.
last
I'm cool
time
with it.
it was I was cutting you off. Now I'm blowing you off. I'm looking away. I'm trying not to cut you off.
Well, good. You just did a good. No, that's fine. It's easy done. This is solved. This situation is solved.
How is it solved if you got an issue? I'm confused.
I don't have any more issues. I promise you. I have no more issues. We're good.
So wait, so which
nothing
what,
got
Checking the
nothing got
comments.
resolved though.
Yeah, I just resolved it.
Um,
so we jumped
Pretty
from
sure,
talking about the space inside the car to what?
okay.
pretty sure the surge is to get you to start driving because it disappears after 1 or 2 rides max.
Oh,
Bro, have you guys been noticing that? Well, I don't know if you guys do this. Let me ask you guys a question. When you guys are when you know you're in a surge area and you know you got good surge, like I don't really turn on comfort unless I got some kind of surge attached. But I caught myself today because I got caught slipping a little bit today. Usually when I take the ride with the surge on comfort, as soon as I start the trip, I turn comfort off so that it doesn't start sliding more rides to me and I can't see what the surge is.
But to be
Like
fair,
we had today. But we had that today. Go ahead.
but to be fair, you still have access to separate tiles. I'm wondering how many
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
like I don't have access to separate tiles. And then even if I was to separate comfort, the rates are so bad, there's a convention over in Anaheim I was at yesterday. I mean,
Okay.
the Uber rides, even when it was just comfort, when I can't even separate it, they were still when you're seeing rides that are coming in that are a fourth of the pay for the amount of time that you're going to take on the ride, it's like, what in the world's going on here? $5 for 20 to 25 minutes and $30 for an hour and 45 minutes.
Bro, I was showing you rides today. That was insane. Right?
I'm thinking something is going on today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like something's going on. And I don't know if that's for everybody. I know actually Silver Fox, if I'm not mistaken, was seeing a bunch of the same stuff going on yesterday, if not today. Mr. Gambit, like what were you seeing out there today? I mean, what does he drive? He drives black, doesn't he?
Mr. Gambit?
Yeah. What do you got, Mr. Gambit?
You know what? I don't think I've ever asked him.
I know he said it before, and I'm sorry I forgot. But what do you got, Mr. Gambit? And I think he's driving in my area too. So, what up, brothers? I'm here listening at work. Hey, that's what's up. Thank you for keeping supporting the garage. Model 3 and Model Y have the same wheelbase, like the same range,
likely the same leg room.
I like the headspace. That's what's important to me. And I had my customers literally, my passengers literally say that they like how it sits them up higher, and you feel like you have more space because your leg, the way your legs are sitting is at a better angle for the space.
Well, listen, the Model Y, the seats are up on platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like I had more room in that back seat of the Model Y than I do in the Model 3. Now, I understand maybe I just only been in a damn Model 3 for 2 weeks. I get all that. But I'm telling you, the Model Y has more space than the Model 3.
I think we've always argued on this point because it's a different feeling for each person. And I've had both. And I feel like I have more space in the Y. I feel like it's significant more.
I can't sit in the back seat of a Model 3. It's too tight.
Trust me, guys. Uber's controlling every freaking tier. The Rolling Loud concert. Oh, that was so bad. So I did that. I tried to work. I don't know how you came out, Mr. Gambit, but man, I rolled over there on Sunday, and I got a decent ride. I got a $95 ride, but it was going all the way to Goleta. You probably wouldn't have done it. But so Goleta is like way out west, like northwest. It's past Santa Barbara over here in California. And man, I think it was probably like 90 miles or something like that. I forget. And but I mean, I took the ride. The mom was so happy that I picked up her son. He lost his phone and his wallet and all this stuff. Dropped him off. Instantly got a $50 tip. And of course, Uber wants to make it a big deal, like they did something to help me get the 50 or get that tip. And it's like, you know how they play that.
You got the little message.
Yeah, the little message. Oh, look. Let's see what. Let me read it off.
Hooray! You got a $50
hooray!
tip.
Woo, you got a $50 tip. Like, yeah, because I took a ride that probably a lot of people wouldn't have. Let's see.
Mr. D says they believe they share 70% of the parts. Okay, that's probably true. That's probably 100% true.
If anybody wants to look up the actual statistics for the Model Y and the Model 3, you can look it up. The inseam and all of that stuff is the same platform. It's just the Model Y has a taller ceiling.
Which gives
therefore it has wait. So therefore it has more room. No. See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
I said okay. What are you? No,
you didn't just say okay.
It's the same.
It's the way you say okay, bro. It's the way
you play it back.
I'll be back in a minute, man.
I'd say play it back. You definitely not just saying okay, man. Come on, let's be honest, man.
Because I don't agree. Okay, so look, let's keep it very clear. You guys are coming from SUVs. I understand that part. I've never looked down on you for coming from an SUV. If you came from a normal car, let's say a Camry, an Accord.
Wait. What did I come from? I didn't come from an SUV.
When you say, okay, so what did you come from?
I came from a G37 Infiniti, a car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got the Model Y, right?
I got the Model. Well, I rented the Model 3 for several months, yeah. And then eventually I was able to buy my brother bought me the Model Y. So I came from a car 1st.
Mhm.
I never came from an SUV.
Okay. So I stand corrected.
That's fair. Fair enough. Yeah.
Listen, I stand corrected.
Yeah,
But what I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm listening. No, go ahead.
Mostly, so I could just tell you the experience that the people have in my backseat. How about that? A lot of people get in the car. Oh man,
I
I
really
didn't think
don't know
that
how
this
you
had.
do it, honestly. That's the thing. But part of it for me is because I'm bigger, and because I know you're losing weight, right? For
Mhm,
me, as a bigger guy, I feel like I take up more space in my spot. But I haven't really had too many people complain sitting behind me. Now, like to Vinny's point, and he said, pushing up that's the passenger seat. I
mhm,
tried to only push up the side seat because I don't like the way it looks when the side seat's all the way pushed up front. And I feel like they have enough room because of the leg space and everything where your legs are going down rather than going across,
mhm,
I only move it up to like about where I am or a little bit further, you know.
mhm,
So I because I like it looking symmetrical, unless I get somebody really big and we're talking like 300s, 400s trying to get into that back seat, and then they ask me or their leg, they have some kind of issue with their leg, and they ask me, can I move the seat up? But a lot of times they'll get in, they'll start to say, oh, can you move the seat up? And they're like, oh wait, never mind, I'm fine, So
mhm.
but I don't know how you pull that off. I don't know if your seat is sitting further up than mine, because it's very possible I can feel and see where my arms are in a different position because I've gained
Mhm.
weight, if that makes any sense. And
Yeah,
I
I
push the
understand.
seat back further so I have more space in front of me. But yeah.
So I mean, I personally have my seat almost all the way back, like when I don't have a passenger
Really?
in.
Okay.
So I do pull my seat up, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not like, I mean, yeah, I'm not like all up here.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like
Yeah.
I kind of have I put my seat is back in terms of
Ginger,
like
I've been saying this. Ask
Yo,
my
Vinny. I,
angle is back.
yeah.
Nick. Have you ever had
Yes, sir.
a passenger sit behind you and like you can feel their knees hit your seat, bro? Cause you're like, fuck,
Oh,
am I way too back? Or like, well, then you're like, I'm a big ass dude. Fuck the passenger in the back. You
I've
know what I
had
mean?
kids kicking
Yeah.
the plastic, that back plastic piece, so you can feel it
Hmm.
pushing your back.
Yeah, bro. Like, hell
Yeah.
no. And then I don't know if you guys do this trick where you guys like push the passenger seat all the way forward. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, and then like the tallest mofo just sits behind me, and like, dude, the fucking other side is like for your ass, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. So what I tell them is I tell them to sit on that side, on the passenger side, because like you guys are saying, my seat is all the way up. But yeah, I've taken like you guys know I don't like people to sit in my in my front seat. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's like three of them, I've taken like football players. I've taken like, big people. I've taken tall people. Now I do have to pull my chair up, but I have to pull my chair up because it's all the way back,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah,
Um,
the
let's see.
only, I guess the only thing that I've heard people say is that this middle part, um, they do have to put their legs around the middle part because it kind of sticks out where the vent is. It kind of sticks out a little bit more.
So Mr. DSN, I'm sorry, Mr. Gambit answered the question. He's saying, well, first I want to address what dude Ginger said. Yes, I've been saying this for a while. I believe unless they're like really long rides or something, at least in my market in Los Angeles, I don't see a big difference between X and Comfort. The only real difference is the demand on you for what you have to do for the passengers. Um, and usually when you look at the app, the price difference is usually negligible, if not the same. So yeah, I do think they're the exact, and I think that's why they started combining the ride types into one tile when you go to your ride options, because it's like they never meant to have an intermediate or an in between standard rides and Lux or standard rides and Black. And so when they got rid of them, they got rid of the concept first, and then they got rid of the actual pay difference. And Comfort is basically saying, okay, you have a newer car that's still an X car. Congratulations to you. And supposedly supposed to have more room. Let's see. Then Mr. Gambit, I just got out of the Mustang all electric back in my Nissan. Which Nissan? Now for too low to keep the car, 335 comfort trips. Yeah, I was getting a lot of local trips from Rolling Loud until I got that one going all the way to Goleta. They know the market gets flooded now with trips, and Uber doesn't care about tier. They want you to book that freaking trip so they get the booking fee and insurance. Yep. And then they pay you peanuts. Price tells it all to me. 100%. Nick, I'll post the specs. And this is what do we got here for the specs? Larger overall with more cargo space, up to 76.2 cubic feet, and a higher seating position. The Model Y is 30 millimeters longer, 45 millimeters wider, and 183 millimeters higher than the Model 3. And besides the actual space, I'm sure the extra light coming in from the larger windows or larger sunroof, it gives the feel of a bigger space as well. Most people, they feel like the space is bigger because of the amount of light that's coming into that car too. And I think that was a strategic move to make the car feel. I mean, people get in and they say it feels like a spaceship. It's plain and simple. And what do you think of George Jetson with the glass, the glass cover?
Now you're talking Chinese to most people. You say George Jetson. Stop it. Keep it relevant.
Yeah. Can you make money with Lyft? Oh, that's trash. Can you make see just trash coming in? It's funny. Can you make money with Lyft in 2025? That's where I'm making most of my money. I don't, but that's not every market. I'm in LA and I make most of my money off of Lyft. Uber constantly giving me subpar rides. Like I said, today I was getting $35 offers for almost 2 hours, an hour 45 minutes, an hour 50 minutes. Like, how can you even straight face that offer? I don't know.
Well, listen, I mean, you just have to be selective with your rides. It's just what it's going to be. And if you're coming out of season like we're getting ready, I still don't think we truly had, I don't think we truly had a season down here this year. Was it better than the summer? Shit, yeah, but it wasn't up to par. Going back into the summer, the price is going to drop. Prices are going to drop. Now, aren't you guys out there, Steven, get ready to pick up?
So we're
Doesn't your market start to increase?
So January, of course, is the huge pain point, right? And that's almost universal. January is really rough. I feel like things started coming back pretty much in February, like halfway through February. Now I can't really say that I don't feel like we really have a sparking season, because before, summer used to be great because there were so many people coming here from overseas. And I mean, tips used to be amazing and everything with visitors, but I don't feel like it's as strong, or there's just way too many drivers to really feel the bump in how many passengers are actually.
Let me ask you a question. Since the whole admin's been doing what they're doing with the roundups and all those accounts and everything, have you been seeing more ride requests? Not necessarily better rides, but more ride requests? Have you been seeing more surge in your area?
No. There is more surge, but it's still like a spot here and a spot there, and it's specific areas, and it's like Beverly Hills or Beverly's Crest, and it's like remote areas where most people, they just don't drive. You can ask Mr. Gambit. The surge it really isn't there. It's not there.
All right, I'm not sure.
But we are about to come up to our next event. So Rolling Loud was a disappointment. The rides were really bad. And that's the other prime example. The surge there is is virtual, at least on Sunday, was non-existent, right? Uber had like a couple of dollars or whatever. And if you go to Black, right? You go to Black on Lyft, and then it doesn't.
Give me 1 second. Hold that thought 1 second. Raymond, you're wrong for that, Raymond. You're wrong for that. I'm just saying you're wrong for that. Go ahead, Steven. I'm sorry.
Let's glad you guys are doing this. Yeah. So on Lyft Black, as soon as you shift over to Black, they don't count the other cars and the other demand. They only count the demand on Black. So there's no surge.
Right.
It's absolutely disrespectful and disingenuous. If I'm in the same traffic as all these other cars and I have to struggle to get out of a venue, you should be bumping my pay for that. But whatever. So that's a kick against Lyft for all the good things that I possibly said there. You can make money delivered mail.
Stefan, Next Level Mindset, welcome to the channel.
Yeah, welcome.
Hope we help you. Hope there's something here for everybody. Antonio wants to know what the price difference is on Drive Whip between the Model 3 and the Model Y. It's $100. $100 difference, I believe. The Model 3 is $399 a week. The Model Y is $499 a week. That includes your insurance, though.
So, what in your market? The only thing you would lose by going to the well, no. Okay, so it's it's losing Premiere at a certain date, and it doesn't have Black on.
I wouldn't have Premiere at all, because from what I understand,
right.
If you were already grandfathered in on a Model 3, you're good till next year. But if you bring a Model 3 on the platform now, I don't think they upload it to Premiere. I don't know.
And
but
it doesn't qualify on Lyft for the higher price.
No,
it doesn't. Okay. It's so interesting because I was having this conversation with Silver Fox. It would be nice if you jump in here, Silver. But we were having this conversation with Silver Fox about the cars that qualify for what now, and how to, what car possibly wouldn't have you rugged, you get rug pulled. How many people are sitting in a Tesla right now that got absolutely rug pulled on Black? I've seen a bunch of Black Model Ys with TCP and registered for commercial over here.
But didn't you say the reason why you guys, or there's a company, I think Buddha was saying, there's a company out there that flooded the market, TCP market, with Black Ys?
If that's the case, I wasn't familiar with it. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I thought Buddha mentioned something about there was a company, because he I don't know, I think that's what he said. I'm not sure. He was here. I don't know. He disappeared. But that seems to be the thing. So the point is that if that company, or if a company floods the market with Black Model Ys, and then why would
give me
Uber
1 second? Send me an email, Silver. Send me your email on Discord, and I'll send you an invite. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, bring him on the line. Shit, yeah. Why not? Why not? All right. Go ahead.
I mean, if they even if they flooded the market, though, it's like, what is it? What's the aspect of the Model Y that removed it from? Is it because it's become a more common car? It was the most sold car 2 years ago. Last year the Corolla won, but it was second, right? For last year?
No, the Model Y is the number one selling car in the world. Last year. Last year the Corolla won. Yeah, last year. Yeah. Last year Corolla won. Yeah. So the year before in 23.
In 23 they won.
Thank you. That's 2 years ago. Okay, I'm doing my math. I know I'm from the hood, but I want to make sure.
Yeah.
Right.
The 23 20. Oh right. Yeah. 20 22 23.
Paul C's question is, how many hours does it take you these days to make 200 in your market? Depends on the day. Depends on the day.
And I try to hunt for it, but honestly, it takes me from 4 to sometimes 2 in the morning before I hit my 200. And it is what it is. If I can get long trips, and sometimes those long trips, those long trips will give me like $100 or something like that. It cuts that time significantly. But if I'm waiting, I'm going in between and doing small trips, it takes a lot more time. But last night to make my 200, which I don't even think I cracked, I got like 190 something.
Right.
But to be fair, I wasted a bunch of time next to Disneyland because I was waiting for a banger ride to take me out, and it just never came. Or I got one all the way to San Diego, and it's the opposite direction of my house. So I was like, do I go further away from home just to make my nut, or what?
Yeah, but doesn't you don't think like Monday or Tuesday night plays a factor into that?
Day of the Tuesday's week? The absolute worst night. Ask Silver. He Silver gave up on Tuesday. I was out on both Monday and Tuesday.
You sent him a link, right? You sent him a link.
He said I'm waiting for him to send it to me on Discord so I can send him an email.
Boston Matt says opposite here. Lyft offers are generally much worse than Uber. That's how I feel here in our market. I feel like Lyft is just not up to par. Now, and like I said, the Black rides,
I'm more than happy to show my numbers. Yeah,
Lyft Black is,
and that's a whole other factor,
or slightly worse than Premier.
What's his name said it's much worse.
Well, I'm just saying my experience, which is what I always talk about. My experience, Lyft Black pays the same or a little bit worse than Premier for me.
Again, my bad. I'm talking about the way Scott views his Black rides on Uber versus the Black rides on Lyft. And let me see, did Silver message me?
But wouldn't that make sense anyway? Because Uber Black, you have to have the commercial insurance and yada yada yada. But Lyft Black, you don't.
Well, yeah, it's just a title.
But I mean, but you can register commercial for Lyft, and then you'd be in the same position. So you'd be in the same position, and they won't pay you a cent more.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because over here, like for example, I can't pick up Black from LAX on Lyft, but if I got the commercial, I could. But even still, the rates aren't increased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the street, that's a different situation. And then certain airports, like smaller airports like Burbank or something like that, I can pick up Black. Or when I was over in Arizona, it was amazing. I went to their main airport and I was able to pick up Black left and right.
You see, and I'm with SF Driver here, dude. Like, this is why I very rarely turn on Lyft. Even though it doesn't hurt me to turn Lyft on. It doesn't hurt me. Because I ride around with Lyft Black on all the time. So it doesn't hurt me to have it on. I just still don't even bother.
Oh, see, so SF Driver, I understand. And I definitely believe that it's area dependent. That's why I prefaced my statement with that. Because my brother lives over in San Jose, and I see what it's like for your Uber rides over there. It's pretty nice. They get paid pretty well. I don't know if this week they've been doing as good as they used to do. But those airport trips and all that stuff over there, especially next to the college, Stanford and all that, there's money there. In fact, I would say it's probably a lot easier to make your 200. I mean, if that's your goal. Right. So like I think I've said this before, my goal is to make 100 a night, but I've been seeing that I've been able to push it and make my 200. And that just gets me closer to the goals that I'm working on.
This is interesting. So Matt's on the move says, I'm in Fresno with no separate tiles for rideshare except pet. I can turn off and have X on. But I'm getting Premier, Comfort Assist, and Comfort Electric with X on.
Wow. Maybe that's the plan. That's scary.
What, to throw them all in together at one shot?
I'm just saying it's a possibility. Because why not have Premier separate? That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're saying that the ride rates are very similar. Now that's a whole different discussion.
No, that's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because ain't nobody taking them damn low tier rides.
Exactly. True.
I mean, how many more 15-minute away rides you gonna get for a 6-minute drop off? Right? Today I got all of them. That was all they kept feeding me.
I still deny them anyway.
Nature hikes. Well, thank God they were mostly coming in on goddamn Trip Radar today because Trip Radar was my deal, man.
Yeah, mine. Yeah. I'm gonna get an XT6, Vinny. Yeah, right.
Hey, ain't nobody studying Buddha. I think Buddha ain't buying no Cadillac, man. Especially it's made in Tennessee, bro. You ain't buying no Cadillac. Shut up, bro. Your daddy ain't buying you another car.
Hey,
Shut
I
up.
sent you the
I think
Silver. I sent you the link.
Mr. Gambit
Well,
says, I think all higher tier cars are all the same to Uber. They just want that booking fee. Black SUVs are really hitting it hard now. They're taking below market value trips. And see, Mr. Gambit, that's what happened down here last year, bro. I'll always go back to this story, right? When I got that comfort request in Boca at a high-end hotel. And I go to pick up the lady, and it's I wasn't a hotel. I'm sorry. It's at Seasons 52 in Boca, a good restaurant, right? Above average restaurant. And when I pull up in the Model Y for a comfort ride, she says to me, "This is comfort?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Well, we took a comfort ride here, and it was a Suburban." I'll never forget that. I came on the radio with that last year. I'll never forget that. That's what
They have
happens.
such a skewed vision of what.
Well, because when there's no SUV rides, when there's no XL rides,
Right.
Those big ass trucks got to get paid for. Remember Raymond? Raymond had to pay for that damn thing every week. Whether you own it or you're renting it, you got to pay that money every week. So it's not cheap.
Yep.
And they'll do whatever they want to
Hey,
do.
look, see,
It's
Scott's
like
even
Scott.
doing Uber Pet. Yeah.
Oh, I know Scott. I know Scott does Uber Pet in the thong. I know he does. He's got that T-back showing. I know. It's okay, bro.
He's wearing his sandals and his jumpsuit. So I was at LAX and I saw a dude drop it off in the morning. I'm like, hey, Scott, I saw your favorite. I saw a dude in a jumpsuit with sandals on, giving in a black SUV, giving with TCP, giving rides.
Cash is king. That's a whole nother ball game. So let's see. I'm in LA 2. Aaron the Sniper. I'm in LA 2.
Oh, what's up, Aaron?
Steven, I'd love to challenge you next week to our earnings match. Winner gets lunch at Naboo Maestros.
I'd be game for doing like a weekend challenge just because I don't work Monday through Friday. Wednesdays I'm here doing the garage, and then Thursdays I have spiritual meeting. But I'm more than happy to do a Friday through Sunday. I'm down. In fact, I want to crush Buddha. So let me know when you're ready to do a challenge, Buddha. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Well, wait a minute. If Buddha can't post his earnings or can't show his what's the point?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I challenge you, Red.
You got to show up.
I'm willing to challenge you, Red.
Y'all better stop messing with that woman. Y'all gonna learn to stop messing with that damn woman. Trust me,
Hey,
y'all gonna leave her alone.
My phone's gonna be working.
Y'all are gonna leave her alone. Y'all got to keep learning the hard way, right? Anyway, San Francisco driver says Fresno is in California. How does he get Premier? Aren't there certain markets? Didn't where Buddha lives? Doesn't Buddha get Premier?
Yeah.
So it's like anything else. Certain areas, like
See,
here
again,
in Florida,
Fresno.
we're the same way.
So Fresno's a spot that gets Premier, and I don't get. How does it? Yeah, so only certain areas are like. It's so weird, but certain areas are black and certain areas are Premier. Now remember, so San Bernardino County is like 2 counties over from LA County, so their system works completely different. I don't think they even ever had black. And then I'm assuming Fresno's very similar, where San Francisco probably has black or San Jose, but then not Fresno. And you can look at this based off of the best way to kind of.
I thought they did it by economic demographic.
And maybe that's the case. The best way to see what that is press the button here. And you can see what areas. So this is all part of LA County, right? All the stuff that's colored. Everything else outside of it's a different county. So if you're in Fresno, check and see if Fresno's included with all the rest of the area. If it's not, you're in a different county or a different, they have different rules than what goes on in the major areas. I want to challenge Vinny one day.
What do you want to challenge me to, Scott? What
Tuesday, 5 a.m. to 11.
5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Listen, bro, I'm twice your age. I don't do that shit no more. Y'all out your goddamn minds. You think I'm doing all that bullshit? Y'all can sit around and do all that. Challenge this, challenge that. Listen, bro, I'm gonna say this one more time.
One more game.
Everybody's a hero when times are good.
Are
But
times
when
good?
times are bad, that's when legends are made. That's all I'm gonna say. But Scott, I don't have any I don't have any thongs, bro. You got thongs. You got me beat. Is that Silver Fox?
Oh, Silver was good.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, Mr. Silver Fox. How you doing, brother?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn,
Oh man,
don't come on here with
the
don't come
energy,
on here
man.
with any enthusiasm.
Yeah,
don't have
exactly.
no enthusiasm.
Oh well, what do you expect?
You're in the garage now. This ain't Discord. You're in the garage.
Same thing.
Oh,
No,
God.
hell, it ain't.
Yes,
Oh
it
my
is.
God. You know what? All right, in timeout. Just that quick.
Jesus. But I mean,
Got
we were sitting there and talking about like, oh man, we went into a deep discussion talking about cars, and of course, it came back around to with all these changes, looking at analyzing how the Prius goes. He has the Highlander, which still has comfort, right?
Yep.
In comparison, like, because it baffles my mind that you would take the Sienna off of comfort, right?
I still don't understand that.
It makes absolutely no sense. Wait. When
Here's
times
the thing,
are
though.
good,
At
I'm
the
mopping
LAX lot, a lot of people are trading those Siennas in for Highlanders.
Yeah.
When I had bought
What's the
my
difference?
Highlander, there was maybe like one or two in the lot.
Right. Because
Now
they're the
there's a
least fuel
bunch.
efficient
Yeah.
in comparison. Yeah.
It's a
At least if
Sienna
you're going to
without
do it
the
long
sliding
term.
doors.
Right.
It's the same powertrain.
But they were, what's it called? The projections I was seeing. Well, maybe it's because I was looking at older models. That could be it. But yeah, I mean, those cars being the only one. And then, of course, you get rid of. See, this is what's still baffling to me. I'm looking at green while looking at Uber green. What is the point of me even having that if I got comfort electric?
Didn't they just push back their all electric fleet mandate to like 2040 now? It was supposed to be
They
2030. Now they pushed it back to 2040.
And they pretend like it wasn't 2030.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they were banking on Tesla giving up the goodies to be on their app because they think their apps are such fucking gold and they're the greatest thing since God created the earth, to call me back. What? You know what? Okay. Check this shit out. Everybody's always talking about me, bro. I don't give a about anything. How about that? Oh, Tesla Model S 2014, 95,000 miles on it. $16,000.
See, wait, which what year? 2019?
2014.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so maybe does it have the SCO1?
Oh, I don't know. This isn't this is Ramon. Raymond's out in Carolina. So he's talking to me on here because I missed him in the chat.
Yeah, because if you see SCO1, so it has the unlimited charging on top of it.
Correct.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to do something else here real quick. Go ahead.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, me and Silver were going back and forth talking about like what is the practical car, the cheap car to use right now, and really be making money. If your market's still possible for you to make make your daily couple $100 to $400.
No. We ain't doing that, bro.
Wow, still
That's okay. You see who I'm calling?
Hey, I'm watching the show.
Hey, listen, I don't want to hear shit. You said you waiting for me to call you back. I called you and you hang up on me. So you know what? You're in timeout.
XT6 is the best bang for your buck. Is it? Yeah,
it's cheap.
Nope.
It's
like
cheap.
Nope.
So we ended up coming down to the two. I mean, the Lyric and the Prius. I mean, obviously you have the XL vehicle.
The Lyric. Really? You guys went with the Lyric? It's only
the only reason is there's a few reasons. One is any other EV that's even possibly comparable to it either doesn't qualify or is way too expensive.
Yeah,
if you think about it,
that's a $75,000 vehicle.
Nope.
Well,
he was able to find.
Yeah, he was able
Say
to
again,
find,
Silver Fox.
Low 30s.
Used.
What year?
Used. 2023.
What year?
They're the first generation, the first ones that came out. So they're like first edition.
So if you want to be able to have a vehicle that
That's not
qualifies,
bad, actually.
yeah,
That's not a
exactly.
bad price, actually. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
I found
If you
one for
want-
30
Well,
and one for 32. Black on black,
Yeah.
reasonable mileage. Still has a lot of life left in it.
You take
you
that
hope. It's a
If you
GM, so
need
you gotta.
EV, then
right,
that's the way
and
to
you're
go.
because they haven't had the test the amount of years on the road. Not their EV.
That's why I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
When that lyric was coming out, my sales rep, Ms. Vanya, called me, right? Because she had dealt with me on a couple of cars, and she called me. She's like, "Hey, we got this electric EV coming in. I know you're into it." Obviously, this way before I jumped on Tesla. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't. I can't trust GM because listen, I had the first year XT6. The minute it hit the lot, I had it. On the first day, I had problems. For the first 2 months, I had problems with that truck. Then they finally got that squared away. When they came out with the new Escalades, right, with the big screens, they had problems with those screens. With the older Escalades, the Q system screens, the CTSs and the Escalades, all the Q system screens would go bad. And then once your warranty was out, you were on your own. That was a $1,500 flip for a new screen. There's not
Yep.
much about and I'm a big Cadillac guy. Y'all know me long enough. You know I like my caddies. I don't know. Me personally, what car is not going to get rug pulled on? I think you're asking the question the wrong way.
Mhm.
I think you should be asking the question the other way. Right? And that's simply this. That's simply you got to ask the question this way. What car, if you were going to go that route, okay, which I never say buy a car for rideshare. That's
Right.
just don't do it. Take it from experience. Don't do it. But if you're going to do it, okay, don't buy a car that you're worried about getting rug pulled. Buy a car that if you do get rug pulled, you can still make enough money to make that payment.
And I think that's
You
probably
understand what
the
I'm
closest-
saying?
Yeah, I think that was another aspect of our discussion. I mean, because we were talking about which car is gonna. When me and Silver were first discussing it, it was he got his Highlander and he was talking about how much he paid for it, and we were talking about the cheapest car to get into, but that also has the highest return on investment. And so obviously, Prius kept coming up with the conversation, but then we were talking about, well, if we're going to pay for the stipend and pay for your insurance anyway and get the stipend, you're one level closer, one level away from driving black. So then if you're driving black, what car is the best car for you to get at that level? So on the low level, we were looking at the Prius. On the XL level, he got the Highlander. I mean, and there's not much that really competes with it. There's no EV version or anything like that. And then
You're gonna be shocked at my two answers.
Yeah. And then on the higher level, it would in order to get the most fuel efficient vehicle to operate for black, it was the Lyric.
If you're driving black, you're not worried about fuel efficiency, are you? Are you really worried about fuel efficiency if you're driving black at what those rates pay out there? Those rates pay damn good, right?
Yeah, I would.
That's number one. That's number one. Those rates pay damn good.
Mhm.
So you're not taking a shit ton of rides. But if that truck is moving, more than likely you're getting paid while it's moving. So your fuel is covered. Does that make sense? In other words, you're not gonna go buy a Suburban or even if you get the Lyric, we'll go with the Lyric.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, sir, to a certain extent. But I mean, I hear Scott making his moves around and whatnot. I agree with you. Most of the time, the vehicle's moving. It's moving because they have a butt in the seat,
right? Well, isn't that what what's his name was doing out there? God, the Russian dude, Ukrainian dude, Kanush.
Oh yeah, Kushna. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kushna. That's what he was doing, right? He was moving around just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and see, this is what I was just gonna say, and Scott beat me to it. Okay, he is 100% correct. He is. I'm trying to give him a little.
He's not even
the best
happy
car to start black with. The best car to start with black is a used Chevy Suburban, or whatever. If you want to rent it from a fleet owner, that ain't a bad idea either. But he's right. He's right. This I agree with.
Mhm.
Get you a used grocery getter, and then deal with the summers in the off months. By the way, thank you, Scott. Appreciate you, buddy. But he's right.
Oh,
He's
dude,
right.
a donation, and I haven't even got my tits out yet. Oh, that's what's up.
Woo! All right. Mr. Gambit, did you hear Tesla got approved for self-driving here in California yesterday? I surely did, and I tagged Sergio in it because they're giving rides in California, like I said they would.
So you
be.
won.
And guess what? I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna have to have no pink hair. It ain't April.
Also,
It ain't-
Scott,
They got
they
their permits yesterday. They're going to work. So Sergio, if you hear this,
so is it actually? So they announced it, but when does it actually start?
no, they got their permits yesterday.
Okay, so they could have cars on the road today.
Yeah, but you know what? Technically, I got to be honest. Technically, they've been running full self-driving, driverless cars for the last year and a half in California.
You're
They've
talking
been
about
they've been Tesla has been running full self-driving driverless cars for their employees for the last 18 months.
but that's not public streets.
No, what do you mean public street? Of course it's public streets.
This isn't going.
Employees
This is not around their campus.
Wait, no,
Mhm.
Steven, sir, my friend, good friend of mine. Okay. If you're an employee of Tesla,
Mhm.
you already had the Rideshare app on your phone. You could order a car back and forth. They encouraged you to order a car back and forth to work every day. You didn't pay for it.
Mhm.
Tesla paid for your transportation back and forth to work. The stipulation was you were riding in a driverless car.
So I would like to see where these cars were actually driving.
Yeah, sure.
Because if they're just driving around their campus, I mean, why would you need to get approved then if you're able to legally drive on the streets?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. Just saying it seems
Right.
improbable. Nick,
There you go.
This is all you, Nick. Hey, Nick, watched your video and thanks for such a brief, informative over-renting car from Uber. I met the same situation and I'm losing my earnings and struggling. I don't know. In thoughts
Strongly
of renting
impossible.
from Uber. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
I mean, yeah, the only thing I would recommend is that you don't go through Hertz when we're talking about the Tesla. That's the only one that I would recommend. Avis has the Mustang if you're looking for electric vehicle, or try to look into the local options. So in our case, we have Buggy, we have Zipcar. Those are better options in terms of because for us, Buggy allows you to use both platforms, and that's really important. In terms of making money, you want to have both platforms. So we have a local option called Drive Whip, and that's what everybody was talking about earlier. Drive
I
Whip
thought they
is
weren't local.
well, they allow us to use their cars here, so it's
Mm.
technically local. No, I mean, yeah, they're based out of Maryland.
Oh, that's right, because there was only certain areas that they send their cars to, so I wouldn't see them here in California.
I don't know. I mean, you might want
No,
to check.
I don't think because they were. Oh wait, no, that was Scott. That was what's his name? Tony. That company that he was using, they weren't in
Test
California.
Oh,
Test drive.
or test, yeah.
Test drive. Test
But
drive.
I still think Drive Whip wasn't offering. You couldn't register for California because I would have tried to get a car.
Somebody said, I don't know how much truth is to that. Somebody
Mhm.
said they're in San Francisco.
Oh, maybe
I don't know.
Maybe San Francisco and not LA. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that, but
All I know is
don't have
I
those
couldn't get
insights
one,
like that.
so I was like,
Not yet.
okay, whatever. Rinse my hands on them.
So
Well, when we get them on this,
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I guess Vinny has reached out to him, so we'll have them on the show. But as of right now, we don't know what markets they're in and what markets they're not in. We
I know
just
I was
kind of
denied
know.
already, so you know. So
I would say reapply and see if they're there
I mean,
because
at
they're
this
bigger.
point, you know, they can't do
They're
nothing
much
to
bigger.
me.
Yeah, I understand.
Really encouraged. Yeah. What was that last one? Yeah. Really encouraged to make my decision now in a wise manner. Thanks for the video. When you're in the charging station and can't block the window shades.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you talking about it.
In Drive is biting the dust. Go ahead and play the Queen song. Another one bites the dust. Bada bum bum bum. Another one bites the dust. And another one's
Yep.
gone. And another one's gone. Another one. Hey,
The dude I
Thomas.
believe bites the dust.
Yes, sir.
Thomas, my brother
Yes,
from
sir.
another mother.
Yes.
Hey,
What's going
buddy,
on, brothers?
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. Did you also get the same message that Pascal got that InDrive is leaving your market?
No, I haven't checked my emails yet. No, I haven't gotten
Okay,
it
because
yet. But
that's how we found
Wait,
out.
that's interesting.
Pascal sent out he sent me a text yesterday with InDrive saying that they were leaving Miami because they couldn't afford the insurance. And didn't they just open up there in your market like 4 months ago? Did a big
yeah,
grand opening and all that shit?
yeah, they had a whole grand opening. Sergio came up here. You know,
I'm
the
just
whole kid and
saying.
caboodle. I mean, you a lot of these companies they try, but then they overdo it. You know, that race to zero is something serious.
Hey, bro, ain't no
Because
joke.
Who you
dude,
telling?
it's ridiculous. But I can tell you, if you start off and you trying to make that race to zero, you ain't gonna last. Either you just gonna have a hard line like we ain't going no lower than this. This is our mileage. This is our minutes. That's what we give it. And you don't have to be like take it or leave it at some point. You know,
Yeah,
it's
well,
a sad state of affairs that these
I'm
companies
bringing up.
they come and go and they fail so miserably. You know.
I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up now, right? I'm bringing it
Okay.
up now so
Okay.
that everybody sees what I was sent. Yeah, that's it right
Yeah.
there. Okay, hold on.
This
We have
yeah,
Hertz
that
rentals from Uber and Tesla rentals is
I don't want no. I don't
499
want no
CAD.
fucking problems. Here you
So I got
go.
this is
Here
for
it
you.
comes.
I think what Nick's trying to recommend is if you can find a local company that has rentals, you're going to be in a better position. Just because, at least here, and a lot of people on the Rideshare Garage, whether watching or on the panel, have had issues with Hertz and taking more than they should out of your account. So, and then having issues with trying to argue with them to get their money back or get their you know, they charge them too much for the charging on the car, all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's like you can't get help.
well,
And
this
when
is
they
how
take
you
your
solve that with Hertz. Buy one of them. That's how you solve that.
hey, sometimes
Yeah.
Every
look, I wasn't
hey
in a
every
position
Yeah,
to do
but
that, and I rented for a long
Thomas.
time.
Yeah, but Thomas, you know, some
uh,
people
uh,
just can't instantly go out there and do that.
that's true.
And
I
you
mean
know,
that's true.
it's like telling somebody, "Well, quit driving, go find something else." Well,
Oh my!
that's not always the answer either. You know what I
No,
mean? So,
right.
You
yeah,
got a big fan there, Vinny.
I mean,
who's
yeah,
my big fan?
because I look at it like this: when I send you
Peace of
those
mind, nothing to
Teslas
worry
that's
about.
3 years old
No, the
and
other
they
one
want
under it.
14 to 16 grand,
You gonna
I
teach
mean,
Buddha
it's
a lesson?
Buddha
uh,
says Vinny talks like Bernie Sanders to the rest of Congress. Okay, well, that's good. I'm happy for you, Buddha. Thank you, sir.
uh,
like Nikki said, the peace of mind and nothing to worry about. And unfortunate things, the GTA driving is worse. And I had T-boned. Oh man, that sucks. I was having my right of way, and my car went totaled. Eee. Sorry to hear that. Scene. Looks like
Yeah,
he got a T-bone. Was your situation a T-bone too?
exactly. Yeah,
Man.
very
I wish
similar
somebody would,
situation.
hey, if somebody wants to T-bone
He
my
done
car.
told you what to drive. I think was it Sergio
Hey,
hitting
you
at what
missed
to
out on the
drive?
fires, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Like, I want to come back outside and just see the skeleton of where my car used to be. Yeah.
God damn. God damn. Where you live
Like,
at?
I
Watts?
want to I want to see those sparks that flew out of that one Tesla in the middle of the fire that I was watching on Vinny's his ex. Like,
Dude,
I want to see a nice
Yeah.
spark, and then I know
some of
that.
these
Oh,
people are just
I think
tripping.
I could still drive it. No.
Yeah. Trip scenes. Yeah. So it's just in my experience with Hertz, as Stephen was saying, it's just that they don't do good business in the sense of they charge you one thing, so you leave the office thinking, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna. You said 499 CAD. Yeah, you think that that's all you're gonna pay, but what they don't tell you is, okay, now you're gonna pay extra for your charging,
They're
and
gonna
you
charge
might be
you
like,
up
well,
front for next week. You know?
so then you might be like, well, I only know I'm gonna do $100 in charging, so it's 499 plus 100, so 599 CAD. So you start thinking, okay, I'm only gonna pay 599.
Nope.
Then they hit you with another fee, or
Mm-hmm.
then they start playing with your bank account because they, with the rental car companies, they leave the money, then they take the money, and then they put the money back.
They
So now your
honestly feel
bank
like
is
they're one level above legal.
yeah. So now your
Right.
bank is calling you and it's like it's fraud, but you could say
Yeah.
yes, but then it's like, well, when they do it a couple times, it's like, no, this is obviously something wrong. But the bank will just, they'll so either the bank will close your account if you don't respond quick enough, or there'll be a situation where they take the money out. So you're like, okay, cool. Well, they done took the money out. Then they put the money back. So then you're like, well, okay, so I've already paid. So yeah, but they took the money out. I don't know what to do. And then, now you got to play that game of always remembering your money. And then if you miss a day or you don't pay it when they actually pull the money
They'll
out,
remove the car from your.
then
Right.
they'll remove the car from your Uber app, and now they'll charge you a late fee. So now you got to pay like a $65 late fee just
Oh, and at the
because they
same
were
time,
playing.
they'll report that it's stolen.
Oh yeah, they do that
God
too.
damn.
So, and this is all on, and then they charge you tolls. So if you don't have, in our market, it's SunPass or Easy
That sounds
Pass.
Yep.
great. Sign me
hmm
up.
So it's just a lot of little things that they don't tell you when you're at that counter. It's like, oh yeah, I'm only paying 499. No, you're probably gonna be paying $600-$700. And that's just the way it is. And you could call them, you could go to the office, you could talk to everybody you want to, but everybody's gonna give you the same face. Oh no. And then you call the number and they say, well, you got to talk to the
Vinny.
location because it's an Uber Hertz rental. And then you go to the Uber Hertz rental and they say, well, call the number. And then you call the corporate and it's like, corporate can't do anything because it's the location. You got to talk to the manager. And then the manager's like, well, I don't see the charge. So it's like a whole loop. So yeah, if you can rent from somebody else, it's just the way that they do the Teslas, because when you charge, you don't charge on your personal account, you charge on their account. So if you can do anybody else for a Tesla, then that's fine. So that's why I was recommending Avis, because you pay for your charging up front.
Let's see. You are right, Nick. There'll definitely be a hidden charge, insurance, and other ways.
Hmm.
Debating account.
Yep.
Hello, Buddha. Let's see. My car is being financed, and I'm confused whether Uber Insurance will send a check to my auto loan bank or to me. If you can clear this out. Question to all of the panel. Ooh. Hey, who was the last person to
So
deal
do
with
you,
insurance?
Do you have? I'm hoping that you have full coverage. Wait, no, you said Uber. As long as you have full coverage on your car because you're financing it, I would guess you have full coverage. Uber will pay the claim and they'll send it directly to your bank.
What the hell are you laughing about, Peter?
Look, there's look when you're responsible for trying to manage the live, and you're fighting with your with the producer and the executive producer. You know, look, they
No, you're not fighting with any of them. There's no fight. I own this motherfucker. Shit. Oh, see, some people just don't understand English.
yeah. So, you know,
So I did try.
that's
I
what
did
I'm
try
talking
to call
about.
Mario. I just tried to call Mario.
He's probably in
And,
the
he
zone
didn't-
right now.
He didn't answer, so I don't know. Well, I mean, it is 10:46 on a Wednesday night. He might be out with his girlfriend or something. But I want to see what dude's talking about.
Well, they
Dude
said he's
out
live.
dropping F-bombs on Miami Beach. Well, if he's live, then yeah, I can't do nothing.
Maybe that's the phone he's using to be live. I don't,
It could be. It could be. It could be.
Question:
Hey,
are you
where's
guys
Buddha?
closer to?
Where's
Go ahead.
Buddha? Where's Buddha?
Oh, here
Where's
I'm gonna bring.
Buddha? Oh, is that Buddha? Oh, I didn't see him. I'm sorry. Buddha.
Oh my god! This all right? You know, all right.
All right, Buddha. Come on, Buddha. I'll let you in. Come on. I won't throw you off the panel. Come on.
Questions: are you guys closer to leaving rideshare, or do you see yourself still driving in 5 years?
Jesus, hope not.
I'm almost out. Well, I'm out as of now.
So I don't have like a what is it? I want to pay off my car, so that still needs to happen. But also, I put a lot of money toward my investments, and it's like for me, it's like a waiting game for when my investments do what I need them to do. So that I can't really say when that timeline is, because certain laws and whatnot, certain frameworks need to come out before my investments do what I need them to do. So that's where I am.
I was hoping to be done with as many hours that I normally put in now, but I've been weaning myself off little by little. I still go hard on the weekends though. I still get what I need to get on the weekends, so Friday, Saturday, mainly Saturdays and Sundays. But I don't go nowhere near as hard as I used to during the week. You know, I come out, make my 70, 80, $100 in a couple, 3-4 hours during the week, do what I got to do, and then go hard on the weekends. Make my money that way. You want to bring him? Oh, you brought him on?
Bro?
Okay.
Yo, Vinny.
You advertising Gatorade, bro?
Yeah, they pay the bills, bro. So you know.
You don't notice how the athletes now, when they have the Gatorade bottle automatically on the table, they take it and put it down under the table
because they ain't getting paid.
Yeah. And you over here? Yeah, that's right.
Nah, but hey, Vinny.
Let me see that mouse.
I test drove the Rivian.
And what do you want? A cookie?
And
what do you want? A cookie? Traitor.
He's like, hey, the Y betrayed me first.
I didn't like the driving of it. I just comparing that to the Escalade and to my Model Y. I don't know, man. It just
how the hell do you compare an Escalade to a Model Y?
No. Out of all the cars that I've driven, like I've driven the Escalade, I've driven the Model Y, I've driven in the Polestar, I've driven in the Rivian, and the Escalade. To me, there's nothing to it. There's nothing like, I don't know. It's just there's nothing there. Like
every other car is just a car, bro. It's built like every other car on the road, other than Tesla, is built like every other car on the road. When you look at all the EVs, the Rivians, the Lucids, the Hyundai Ion Qs or whatever, they're nice cars. The Mach-E, they're nice cars. Don't get it twisted. But let's be honest, they're set up just like a regular legacy car. Got a full dashboard, full dash cluster.
especially the Cadillac one, the Lyric.
So
Yeah, it's like
So I test drove the Model 3 Highland, and the Model 3 Highland just stood out to me more than the Rivian
a
for
Model.
some
Oh,
reason.
Model 3 Highland. Okay.
The new Model 3,
They
right?
got
Yeah,
some
yeah,
nice
yeah.
style. They
It
got a nice
just
personality.
it just felt like more of a more better. The Rivian's seats were more comfortable and more height, it's more leather, and the interior is nicer. But the Escalade, the one that I rented, has the full curve display thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. It just felt too
It's a different technology. It's a different technology.
I just felt like if I would buy a Rivian, it's not for rideshare or anything. It'll just be like, all right, guys, let's go to the lake.
Well, then here's the question. Then here's the question. Then, if you didn't do rideshare, would you give a shit about owning an EV?
You know what? I've been always wanting an EV though.
But
I
that's
ain't
not
gonna
the question. But that's not the question. If you didn't do rideshare, would you care about driving an EV?
no. I don't give two fucks about it.
There's the question.
I,
See, I would
I
still
would
want to
still,
drive my Model Y.
yeah, I would
I'd
still,
still want to
yeah,
drive that Model Y.
yeah, I'd still drive a Y. In fact, I like the Lucid. I like the Rivian. They're both way out of price range right now, but I would want
Trash.
to try one of those.
Trash.
I mean, and the big issue with the Rivian, I mean, those tires are ridiculously expensive. It's crazy.
Dude, that's not even a thing. The display, right? The screen is it looks nicer than anything else, but it's way too far. It's instead of being towards the driver or just flat in the middle, right? Like a Tesla, it's towards the passenger little. It's just I don't know. I just couldn't fuck with it at all. I
But
mean, honestly,
I
I'll still
definitely
buy.
enjoy driving my Y. I have no problem driving my Y.
Yeah, almost killing me in your stupid Y too, and pulling your Y. I pulled your Y. I pulled what? Whoa, never mind. Hold on, I need to
I
step up.
mean, well, to be fair, Scott, when you're in mine, it's got the sport suspension, and it's in the second largest rim for that model. Because I know there's 22s, but I have the 20.
Bro, he drives a grocery cart. Okay, come on, let's keep it real. Okay, he drives a grocery cart.
The
Let's be
buggy?
honest. It's a Suburban. It's a grocery cart. As Richie Hustle said earlier, it's not a buggy. It's a cart. He drives a grocery cart. Put a big old handle on the back, and he's pushing down the produce aisle. Now, God damn it, Scott Chew, want to play with me? Want to play with me, Scott? I'll play with you. Let's go. 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Let's go. What you want to do? No privates. You got to stay on Uber only.
Ooh, I like it.
Now there's your and you got California rates.
True.
Biatch.
Got that Prop 22 money.
I'll beat any Tesla.
I'll see you on Saturday then. All these goddamn challenges. I hear all these fucking challenges. Show up or shut up. There you go. There you go.
Nick barely won me. It's about time he hits 2 racks a week.
Bro, you're not allowed to say nothing. You lost.
Yeah, you say I lost. Congratulations.
You haven't even put up your numbers from what I understand. You didn't show you. Why didn't you show your numbers?
Did you update your numbers?
Homeboy fucking didn't put his nothing on Gig Wars till
So you
5 days
didn't
later.
either?
Bro, he said
I have no idea.
No, I'm asking him. He's right there. You didn't put your numbers either? Really? You were talking so much crap about him. You didn't put your numbers.
Bro, he said that he barely hit. I said, Nick, where's your numbers at? Oh, I thought you quit. Bro, that first day, bro. What the fuck you talking about? I quit. Oh, dude, okay. I put my pictures on the app. Okay. And it said $411. He said $411, right? He made $411. And it's like, okay, cool.
Oh, so be nice to old people.
Oh, no.
Damn.
You saw that? You
That's
saw my
okay,
comment?
Scott. Just watch out for them old people. They move a little different. Just watch out. They move a little different.
Yeah, they
That's
got
all
a
I'm
little bit
saying.
more experience. They survived a lot.
Just remember, you're 6'4", which means my foot is closer to your knee to bring you down the side. Just remember that. Just remember that. Just if you at 6'4", don't mean I gotta crawl too high to get to that kneecap. I'm just saying.
Oh no, here comes.
I'm dirty. I ain't clean. I'm dirty. I'm just letting you know I'm dirty. Fuck that.
She said.
Yeah, she did. She got pregnant.
Nah, but yeah, the challenge was fun. Thank you, Nick. We had fun with it. Even though he's over here talking his shit. I mean, it's all good. I lost. I feel it. You know, I can't say no excuses. But it's about time he finally shows that he actually makes 2K. Look at his face. Look at his face. Out of like 80 videos, homeboy barely put up videos that I made it 2x a week.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Copyright!
Oh, what
Copyright!
played? I
Yeah.
can't hear it. What played?
Damn
Oops,
it.
my bad.
All right, bro. Nick just got monetized. Are you gonna really want to demonetize the homeboy?
It was supposed to be another donation tone. My bad.
Yeah, I know. Scott, appreciate it. I'm still gonna kick you in the
Okay, I'll play
goddamn knee when
I didn't want to
see
play the same one over
Oh,
again, but
dude,
here.
That's
a
all right.
donation, and I haven't even got my
That'll probably
tits
get
out.
copyrighted too now.
Oh, that's what's up.
God.
Yeah, that's probably.
They'll find a way to copyright all of us. Don't worry.
That
about
is my bad. I'll have to go back through my sounds.
it. Like I said, Scott, that ain't gonna save you from getting kicked in the knee. I'm gonna be right there with my cane, kicking your ass in the knee. And that's if we're in California. If we're here, it might be a little different.
Oh.
Yeah.
Buddha.
Well, no,
That's
I have access
intentional.
to tools here. That's all.
I
Okay.
intentionally don't show my numbers in my videos anymore because I have other things going on. And yeah, so you want to see my numbers, you got to join the Telegram group. That's what I've said over and over. So it's intentional.
What does that have to do with the official gig war?
No, so I actually missed the date. I forgot that it after a certain point it locks the gig war. And so yeah, I missed the gig war. I missed the time to update my numbers.
But
But I
why?
updated
I
my
don't understand
numbers
why
in the
it's not
Telegram
being uploaded
Bullshit.
every so many hours.
Bullshit.
because Buddha
No, because
didn't post anything for
I
like.
did post. I did post.
All I'm hearing is excuses for both sides. That's all
Look,
I'm saying.
bro,
I
I
posted my
posted my
numbers in the
shit.
Telegram app, which was where he originally challenged me at. I posted my numbers almost every
I
day.
heard about the
I
war.
forgot.
I
Almost
didn't
every
hear about
day?
no Telegram
No,
group.
I have
Forgot to
screenshots.
post in the
I
gig
have
war app.
screenshots. I have screenshots.
So
Yeah,
that should be the end of
screenshots.
it. I forgot to post.
I got
Yeah.
screenshots of it. I'm like, Nick, where your numbers at? Even his own fucking homies are like, damn, Nick about to get cooked. Even his own homies say he was gonna get cooked. But
What
you
are
know
you
what?
talking about?
Ain't nobody believe that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody believe
For
that.
donuts on Saturday morning.
He's
Yes.
making 2K a week
Yeah.
for the first time.
Thank you,
in
Scott, for the
8 months.
donuts. I appreciate it.
Just letting you know.
Was it
I'm
whole
surprised he didn't
interview
give
where I
you.
was talking
He
about
should have gave you. Yeah, for your coffee. Give you the donuts for your coffee.
Calm down,
No,
Mr.
we're good.
Premier
We're good.
Driver.
We're good. We're good, Scott. We're good.
Nah, Nick. Hey, Nick. Look, Nick.
Only do a couple
You know we
premieres,
about to do. You know we about to do that revenge one, right? I gotta do the double or nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it looks
We
like
can
he's
do
saying
it
you
over
ready
the
to get cooked
weekend.
again. Let me know.
I'm trying to cook Nick one more time. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Some one more game.
Buddha, if that's what
So
you want, you let me know.
Is it actually going to be on the war this time? You can actually upload your numbers. Or is it
Every
going to
2
be in this
hours you can
magical
upload
Telegram group?
So
So
technically, I
Pest,
did on Monday. Just so you're aware. So I did the first day. The second day, when I was sitting there, I'm like, Buddha, I text Buddha. Buddha didn't respond. And I thought he had quit. Wednesday, Buddha came on and said, "Hey, what was it?" I think it was Thursday actually. It was Thursday that Buddha came on and was like, "Hey, well, you haven't posted your number." Da, da, da. So yeah, at that point, I should have. I was gonna wait until Friday, which is Friday morning, but I forgot at that point. So that's why I forgot.
See Nick, we gotta have to do the good old screen recording shit, dog. Cause I wanna make sure these numbers
See,
legitimate.
I want to just make sure it's not all this relying on each other stuff, and you just put in your own numbers when you're supposed to put.
Nah, and it's funny, and it's a good match between me and Nick. Is a good match because we both have Lyft, Uber, and Curry, so we both can use those three apps to our advantage. But I came up a little short. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good.
So yeah, I mean that's cool. But I did screen record all of my rides, just so
I
you
know. I
you know.
seen it. I seen the screen recording. Well, I don't
I did
know
go
if
through the
you
whole
gotta
thing.
verify. You gotta face verify your fucking thing and then scroll through it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know. I won't be. I know. I can't be Mr. Steven over there because he says that he's gonna add his W-2 in there. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be challenging somebody during the week, I'd definitely be adding my W-2 money.
Hell no, homie. I
Yeah,
can't be now. Or you got me
yeah.
fucked up.
That's why I said if you really like the other guy that was asking to challenge me, I'm down for a challenge. But
But
I
only on the
What
weekend
weekend.
days, weekend
What
days,
fuck? I'm gonna have to do
Friday,
a tag
Saturday,
team, man.
Sunday. I work those days. I'm willing to take on a challenge.
Yo, Silver Fox, you're still here? Damn, homie fell asleep. Damn it.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, I heard this week was really slow. So I mean, especially in the orange area. Even Scott, weren't you having some problems too? I think one.
Oh well,
Where's
Pascal was making plenty of money out there yesterday.
Hey man,
Pascal was having a hell of a day yesterday.
I thought he doesn't do
Not,
Rideshare no more.
He
I
still
mean,
he turns on the app. He turned on the app.
I turn on the app. I don't accept anything. So it's such garbage.
I seen some $20 charges out there. I'm like, damn, cunt. Shit. I was like, where's
$20
Vegas
surges,
at?
Hey,
surges with $22 payouts.
Gambit, what
What
Yeah.
year?
What?
How long is it going to take you for you to make that move, Gambit?
What does
We,
Gambit?
you know, we got to have you back on. We got to have you back because he came into the show once, right?
Local products are cheap.
No, we haven't.
I invited Gambit onto the show. I don't know how many times, but never made it to the show.
Yeah, because I would love to. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you're still there, but yeah, I mean, I want to talk to you.
I think he's a wealth of knowledge. I think San Francisco driver's a wealth of knowledge.
The boss is
We got
calling.
some
Hold
guys
on.
who show up all the time that are
Hey,
they're
bro,
wealths of knowledge. I'd love to get them on.
Even SF Driver challenged me to a little war, and I smacked them too.
Well, it's all dependent on. It truly is all dependent on luck of the draw with the rides you get. Because if you're not getting good rides, and you can only wait so long before you got to start moving and making money. You can only cherry pick so much.
And that's what
I think. I think you can only cherry pick so much.
That's what I was telling Nick and Silver sometimes. And Steven, he's been more active in our server now, and he understands that you're like, man, you're waiting for 3-4 hours and not getting a good ride, and then you're just letting all these 30s, 40s, 60s because it's not your thing, and then it's like you just sat there and winked it for fucking 4 hours when you could have just taken those rides and and just accept whatever you can. And like I feel like cherry picking is dead for me. Like I don't make money cherry picking anymore because the more I cherry pick, yeah, you're getting more per hour, but you're also fucking off a ton of time. Like they say, time is money, and you're not doing
Time
shit
is
with
money.
time. And then sometimes I like, you know what? Let me go film a video real quick. And then I'm filming a sick ass video that I was planning, and then it's like, man, this shit whack. Fuck this shit. And then
I think when it comes to cherry picking, you have to cherry pick with intention. You have to cherry pick with intention. So once you know what your number is in your head that you're willing to drive for, wait until that shows up, and then once that number shows up, you got to go for it. But that number can't be so fucking high to where I call you Omar. You know what I mean?
I mean, Omar said that he's
Omar wants $110 a fucking minute. All right. I'm just saying, I love Omar. I love him to death, and I would love to get $110 a minute. But ain't nobody making 100. Not even Scott in his thong is he making $110 a minute.
Hey man, you know my dad made one time $100 a minute.
Well, I'm just saying, most people.
Yeah,
well, most people, you know, I'm just saying it doesn't work that way. You know? And it might work that way, and it might work that way for a day. It might work that way for 2 days, but it ain't gonna work that way every day. So you gotta, I don't know. For me, it's
I keep on
know what your
coming
number
to your,
is.
I keep on coming to your stupid little thing that you say that's so you're only what is it? What do you say? Fuck, dude, I need to tweet this out. What do you say, bro? And me and Silver always talk about this shit all the time. It's
What's he talking about?
Are you talking about the legends thing? You're only a legend.
like when times are good.
Yeah, it is the legend.
Everybody's a hero or whatever that shit is.
Everybody's a hero when times are good. Do you know what that means?
But when the times are bad,
legend.
That's when legends are made.
Yeah, bro. I be saying that shit to Silverfuck all the time when it's fucking slow. We're like, fuck, bro. Like it's
My
fucking.
version.
Well, that's why I'm
is
still out
finished
there making that $200.
I mean, Thomas is old school with me. Pascal, he's a baby. He's Canadian. He don't fucking know. But you know, old school people understand that logic.
Yep.
You know, it's true. It's 100% true. Everybody can look good when there's plenty, but when it's everything's scarce, like that's when you got to put in the work. That's when the work comes in. Work don't come in when if it's 100 apples on that tree and I pick off 7 of them, I just fed my family. But when it's 1 apple on that tree, I ain't feeding that whole family off that tree. I got to go hunt another tree. That's all I'm saying with it.
100%.
And that's so fucking true, bro. Because it's like, yeah, you may have a good week. You make $2,000 a week in 40 hours, but the next week is so tough that to hit the 2 racks, you're gonna have to do 80 hours. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. Think about it in this sense, right? If on average it takes me about 35 hours a week to hit $1,000. Okay, it takes me about 35 hours a week to hit $1,000. That I don't know about y'all, but to me, getting there in 35 hours is pretty damn good. It's not bad, right? All on one app. That ain't multiple app, and that ain't doing shit. That's one fucking app, right? Now to get those are 35 of the best hours. Minus the mornings. I don't work mornings. Everybody knows what I do in the mornings. Mm-hmm. So get off my dick with that shit. That ain't changing. But right, if I added a morning shift, I could add another 15 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the morning. Does that extra 15 hours now puts me at 50 hours? Does that put me at 1,500, 1,600 a week? See, that's reasonable to me to work a job. That's reasonable. Anything for me, anything over 60 hours a week, man, that, but I'm a little older. I understand. I'm a little older. My goals are different, anything over that in a car, bro. But hey, listen, Tom, nobody I know, not on this panel, not in real life, hustles harder than you do. There was a guy, Eddie used to hustle like you did, but then Uber took away all the bonuses and he said, fuck that. He bought a Cadillac.
True.
So he hustles differently now. But don't nobody hustle harder than you, Thomas. Nobody.
I try my best.
Bro. Hey, I ain't even bullshitting you. Nobody hustles harder than you.
Hey, if I come home at 8 o'clock at night, that's a short day for me.
That's a short day for you. I'm trying to
That's a short day.
Yeah. It would be nice to come home at 12 consistently.
Tell me about it. What time is it now?
It's like I get, once we finish with the show, I'll be out on the road trying to make a little money too, because I got goals and I want to knock them out. Well,
when I picked up the Queen tonight, she was listening to Dave Ramsey.
Yeah,
it was something about a husband and wife. They the first thing I heard was, well, you don't have a debt problem, you got an income problem.
Yep.
Right, because together they only made $28,000 a year, and they were they were upside down on some credit cards. But you know, when it's like there are certain people, for whatever reason, could be a multitude of reasons, might be a physical impairment, might be a mental impairment, might be just a lack of skills, might be too old to learn something new. Remember when the last guy was in the White House and they fired all them oil pipeline workers? They said, well, go learn the code. Bro, you're not taking a roughneck off an oil rig and telling him to go learn the code.
Nope.
The motherfucker ain't doing it. So, you know, so when we sit there and you make these damn stupid ass statements, you know, like they did, and Ramsey, like, I've never been like a big Ramsey fan. I understand the point. The delivery for me just don't work. I don't like the delivery.
Yeah,
right.
I remember you saying that.
But if the best you can do, if the best you can do is 28,000, like, how do you increase that? So why I mention that is because I bring it around to what we do in the gig world, right? In the gig space, there's only so many hours in a day that are good hours.
Right.
There's a point during the day. There's a point during the day every day where our energy levels go the wrong way, right? The work isn't there. The rides aren't there. The energy level
traffic is heavy as hell.
Yeah. I mean, let's just be honest. If you, like Buddha said, we got $20 surges down here. Okay. $20 surge for a 3-minute ride. That's $23. But if it takes me an hour and a half to do the damn ride, did the $20 surge really do me any good? Give me 3 rides at $10 in an hour versus a $23 an hour ride. I'll take the 3 $10 rides in that same hour all day.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's me though. What do I know? I'm just an old bum.
I'm about to say I'm just a damn Uber driver.
I'm just a guy. That's right. Tell him again, Thomas.
I'm just an Uber driver.
I'm just an Uber driver. I don't know shit.
I'm just a dumbass Uber driver.
Yep. Just a dumbass Uber driver. I've said it 1,000,000 times. Play with it.
That's not a bad ride.
Nope.
So anyway, all right, Steven, you can take us home, bro. It's 11.
Hey, we appreciate everybody coming out to the panel, and really good conversation. And I think this gives you a real good, clear look at the environment that we're in with rideshare. I mean, things are changing, but they're changing in a way that's it's suppressing, you know, what you can earn. So, I mean, as we've said from this stage before, you know, keep working on those skill sets, on your skill set, and try to build towards, you know, try to use some of this money to build yourself up and invest value in yourself. We believe you can do it. You can do it with social media if you want to. You can do it. You can get into sales. You can get into learning how to fix things, whatever it might be. But we do appreciate you being here and being able to answer some of the questions, especially this big, you know, this was a big thing with DriveWhip. You know, fortunately we had somebody right in the middle, you know, getting a lot of information, and unfortunately they didn't come on the show, but you know, we got the information.
Well, like I said, they
and they were offered.
They've been offered, and they did I opened the door, and they have said, yeah, we'll get there. So now it's just a matter of, you know, when considering.
Right. So with that, I'm gonna probably get out on the road. What are you guys gonna be doing for the rest of everybody else on the panel?
I'm taking my ass to sleep.
Yep.
Right.
56 goddamn years old, man. I'm taking my ass to sleep.
Tell me about it. Shit.
And with that, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. See you.
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know.
I made some good monies on Wednesdays. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I should be there in the morning too, by the